Um, 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 um.
All right, welcome everybody to Break Time with our guest snack Monstapop. He's also known as High and Black. He's an artist from Montreal, recognized for his popping. He has won battles such as Popping Dance Forever in Amsterdam. He has coached for the Ballet Jazz of Montreal, worked with Cirque du Soleil and Step Up. He's the founder of Jote, Jack of all trades, and is a major influence in Canada and across the world.
Hmm.
Salut Monsta, comment ça va?
Ça va très bien. Comment ça va, toi?
Je suis fatigué. That's the only thing that I can say. Um, we're gonna ask you some questions today. So, what do you like more among baths and showers?
Showers. The
Have you,
bath. No, showers. Because like the
are you too
bath,
big for a bath?
I'm too big for a bathtub. Like I think like I mostly never find a bathtub that was big enough for me. So that's already a no-no.
Okay,
And two, it's like, you gotta wash yourself in dirty water. Nah, man, it's too comfortable. Just shower.
okay. What do you find harder, to confess your love to someone, or to say to them that you do not love them back?
Ooh. Option two. I think it's option two.
Have you ever had to do that?
Like not say it.
Yeah, be like, yo, yeah, I don't love you, or you're just passive.
No, I'm not passive, but I'll take actions that will be like, yeah, I think it's not working. I can't go and say like I don't love. Nah, that's rough.
Okay. All right. Why do dancers travel to Amsterdam for Summer Dance Forever?
It's a vibe thing. It's a vibe thing. It's because of the vibe. It's like I think summer dance has put a lot of energy into creating an ambiance that caters celebration and that caters like to people having a great time, you know. And I think at a certain point we kind of lost that with some of the battles and contests and events. It was just like, oh, let's just do a battle, but it's like, what about the energy that you're bringing in? Like, who cares who win lose? Let's create something like, you know.
Is there any other event other than Summer Dance Forever that you would recommend that kind of like keeps that same?
You're laughing because you know what I will say, right? You can
No,
say
no.
it for me though. I'm not gonna say it. You say it for me.
All right, everybody. Jack of all trades is hitting Japan. Konnichiwa. Kyo wa do deshita ka? That's right.
And, no, but the thing
Yeah,
is that it's like that's what I've betted on for Joe. Like
yeah.
in the early times with Joe, it's like I couldn't like bring like often events what they do, they bring a lot of like big names and so forth and so on. While I was more focused into creating an ambience and an energy and a vibe that is memorable. And I think that's what follows Joe right now is that people that come and experience Joe are like, yeah, dude, you need to go to this jam. It's just bonkers.
Which
And
number are you
and
on?
I'm going on number 6.
My God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, is popping the best dance style? If not, why did you choose it? Or did it choose you?
I think it chose me. I think it chose me. And I'll tell you how. My mother was a Haitian folkloric dancer, a Haitian folklore dancer.
Okay.
And my brother was a boogie boy. My older brother was my hero. So I just wanted to do everything that my older brother did. So my other brother was drawing, so I started drawing. My older brother was writing rhymes, started writing rhymes, and my older brother was dancing in this group called Illusion Breakers as a boogie boy. And I found that so cool that I wanted to do the same. And then after that, I just carried on in my teen years. So he kind of chose me because I think if my brother was a b-boy, then maybe I would have braked then.
But is popping the best style though?
Uh, hey, you know what? I don't know
That's
because there's
true.
other styles that are really cool, man. I think each style brings something different, and I'm not trying to be like.
That's for the press.
indecisive. I'm not trying to be indecisive, but like each each discipline brings something, a quality that is different. You know, it's like when you think of Crump, like the level of expression in Crump is so
Yeah, it's raw.
it's so raw. Like it's just like, when you think of breaking, it's like the that too, the level of expression is so raw, but also the athlete like aptitudes that you need to do this dance is so physical. It's
Hmm.
like, Olympians of like street dance, like when you think of locking, it's so funky.
Mm.
Like a good locker that knows how to dance, bam, like it's so funky. If you think of house, there's so much freedom and liberation, you know.
If there was one style that you would like, if you could just completely change over, what would it be?
I'm sorry for my indecisiveness, but it would be like I'm gonna name three styles. It's gonna be between
Wow.
house, crump, and break.
House crumping. All right, we'll just say house because that you said that first. Um,
Crump
I'm just joking.
second though. No, you can't pick out crump though. It's house and crump then. But break still though.
Yeah. What is the importance of time in your life and how do you manage it?
Um hmm. Time is important, but it grew more important. It grew more important with time. So I read this book called The Five Choices. And now I have a board right here that has my like matrix, which kind of like splits time into like what is important and not urgent, important, urgent, not important, urgent, and not important and not urgent. So it's just ways like to maximize your time. So I'm starting to be even more crucial about the time that I use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time Matrix. So just for anybody that's watching, check out like Time Matrix quarters talking about yeah, Time Matrix system. You could also find it in the book called The Five Choices, which is an excellent book about productivity and time management.
Was there ever a book that you read that you felt like you couldn't get through or you didn't necessarily vibe with what they were trying to tell?
Um, it's not the vibe of what they were trying to tell me. It's just that it's just complex, and it was just a different way of me of thinking. And it's a French book called Petit Discours d'autodéfense intellectuelle. So I'm taking a bunch of notes in this, and this one is like it's just dance. It's not a thick book, but it's just a certain concept I was just not used to think, and it's basically how to build a critical mind. And the title means a small essay on self of intellectual self defense.
You're
And
mad organized. If you guys can see this, he has like sticky notes in his book. Is mad like orderly and there's notes on it and it's colorful as hell. Okay. What has your role been as an educator and how has it helped you grow?
what has been my role as an educator? Is it possible to be a bit more narrow in that question? My role as an educator.
How do you think you helped influence Montreal and also like Canada? Because even I'm not from Montreal, but I came to know of you because of Jote and because of Freak. But yeah, what do you think? How do you think you influenced Canada as an educator, and also because that expanded and for you to travel across the world to teach? But then, how
Mhm,
did that role, that educate, being an educator, like make you like evolve?
mhm. Well, educating educating taught me skills about mentorship for sure. Like it taught me how to be a mentor, but also build up my curiosity. Shows it helped me refine. Less on a personal level, it helped me refine my skills because it's things that you repeat and then eventually they stick to you. Um, and I think it was like a solid opportunity for me to grow. I think this empathetic, um, caring in certain sense, this critical way of thinking, constantly like working my noodles, trying to learn new things, came also from this educator's path because you cannot continue to be an educator if you do not renew your information or if you do not like try to educate yourself. So it's basically a circle, and being an educator taught me to also be a student, you know,
Yeah.
or actually being a student taught me to be an educator again, like a circle together.
Have you ever taught like a special needs student? Have you ever come across that in like one of your? You should probably teach so much.
I don't think I had that challenge so far.
Okay.
I
Cool.
haven't had that challenge yet.
Okay.
I had different people from different communities, different social class.
Yeah. Is there like a language barrier sometimes?
There is, and the language barrier creates uh, a bit of it creates a lack when you want to talk about culture or tradition or a bit of history, whether if it's personal or broad history. Uh, so that would be the limitation. But when it comes to teaching movement, I don't think it's so limiting
Yeah.
because we watch, we pay attention, we figure it out.
That's like one of the coolest things about being a dancer, because you don't even need to use your like mouth to speak. It's pretty dope. But as far as you're talking about culture and tradition, and I want to ask you, how can others respect Black culture?
Black culture, black culture is a can be respected to people installing in their mind to respect black culture. So as soon as that paradigm comes in, because if you do not have that thought process, meaning that you're just doing the you're just doing the thing, then you're not thinking about respecting black culture. And I'm not saying that some people are doing this ill-intended, like that's not it. But the moment that you're putting in your mind your paradigm, oh, let me respect this culture that is black, then you're already doing the work and you will figure out how to do the work to things that will be like right on and to misses. Sometimes it will be a miss, but I think the most important step is that. And also to accept to be a visitor. There's nothing wrong into being a visitor because I also consider myself a visitor of Afro American street dance. I am Haitian Canadian. I am black, so I'm not a visitor to the experience of being a black person in this world. Black people kind of live quite similar experiences in different part of the world and definitely in western part of the world. But I did not live the experience of I don't want to say Afro American, but a Black American, you know, because
Yeah.
there is people that are from the Caribbean or their parents are from the Caribbean or they came in when they were really young and they lived that experience. I lived the experience of a Black Canadian,
Okay.
which is quite close. Like I'm like family, so it's really, really close, but I'm still somewhat of a visitor.
Okay. Hmm. So, what makes you feel really bored? Or are you always like just going and going and going?
When I do not have any goals, when I don't have something to, and I think it's a double-edged sword because I'll just go a bit like like I have like visors or how'd you call them, those things that they put on a
Yeah,
horse, you know I'll
true.
just like go.
Yeah.
But when I don't have any goals, then I get really bored. I get bored and a bit um anxious. I'm like, what am I doing? Like a bit like, okay, what's the meaning of all of this? Like I have to find something, some mountain to mount. to some line to cross, some thing to do. Like I have to find something.
Yeah.
I
Do
think
you
my challenge is stillness. My challenge in life is stillness.
do you ever get bored like when you go have to go on a long flight though?
Mm, I used to, I think, sometimes, but now I got used to it.
True.
Get on a flight, like let's say like a Montreal to Beijing is like 14 hours, right? So the night before, I won't sleep much. Then I get on the plane, and then I'll go through three movies, get it, and then back out.
Okay, give us a movie recommendation.
Peaceful Warrior.
Ooh, geez, that's full circle for me. But yo, that book is also good. Yo, that's a great recommendation.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I think if I look at the time, I think that's a wrap. It's time for us to get back to work. Follow Monstapop at High of Black and get ready for 2020 Jolt Japan in Tokyo. Peace out, everybody.
Peace. Wait, hold up. We're gonna try something. Hold up. King, king, king. No, it's not working. Am I doing it? Does it work? How does it look on your screen? Wait, I think I have it. Bam, 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 right?
Are you squeezing your fist for that? Or is it coming primarily from your bicep? Yo, I don't know, man. I just tried to do it. I'm like, I don't know where I should focus my
You
hand.
just cool with my silliness. Hold on. Uh,
Oh, what the? Right.
I kind of feel it in my shoulder blades. This is solid, solid, so that it doesn't move.
Dude, this doesn't even exist anymore. This was like one of those previous like filler things before like you start the movie or
Yeah.
like anyway.
Oh yeah, it was a DVD. It was a
Yeah, I
DVD
know.
thing. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, my hand is better though. Bang, 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 bum, bum, bum.
Why am I so amused by that is the question. Um but yo, yo anyway, thank you so much again, man. Take care. Bye bye.
Peace.